Good evening, daughters of Havana. Welcome. We hope you're warm. It's actually very cold, okay? Like, Johannesburg is not being the nicest
as you can
city.
see.
Hot water
bottles, we are
buckled
layered
up.
out.
It is a Sunday evening, and it's Mother's Day. I know this is going to be impromptu.
Yeah.
Firstly, how are you, bro?
I'm good.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Mother's Day, how's it treating you?
Yeah, well, so my husband doesn't really celebrate Mother's Day, because of his own mother passed away on Mother's Day, so it's like a sore spot for him.
Yeah, that's condolences.
Yeah.
Condolences. But I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What are like 2 lessons that your mother left you with?
Oh, my word. I can think of a few. Okay, but the most important one was, I think that for me, what actually worked for me more was don't have too many friends. Because
it's hard. That's hard. Okay.
Yeah. That's one thing that she said, don't have too many friends. You can have 1 or 2 that are true, those friends that are always there for you, but don't have too many friends. Sure. Because, as women, we've got this side of us that is, cunning, deceptive, and so you can never know if this friend is a true friend or not. So she's like, never have
too many friends. I think I'm gonna take that. I've heard my mom say the same thing.
Don't have too many friends because it's drama. When there's too many women around, there's always drama somehow.
We need to change the narrative though. I really believe that.
I don't know. It's like our nature. We can't be in our group and no sparks fly or anything. Like never.
Nothing.
It can never happen. I don't know why. We can never.
It's sad.
It's very sad. It's very sad. We are so totally different from men. Men can be in groups and they've got each other's backs.
Yeah.
But women, the backstabbing and
So the drama. So the first lesson is don't have too many friends.
Yeah. And when it came to marriage, she's like, rather marry someone who's older than you. And someone who, if you can't find someone who's older than you that you actually connect with, but someone who's got, what can I say, who carries that authority, that presence of a man. You don't want a wimpy, weak man, because women have got this tendency of wanting to control their men. So if you've got a strong man, the one who commands authority, then, our roles will naturally just fall into place.
So, less friends.
Not
a wimpy guy.
Not a wimpy guy.
Exactly. Authority. Yeah. The pressure's getting worse for our brothers in the Lord.
Yeah. No, but honestly, if you give a woman a weak man, she will walk all over him.
Oh, and she will do as she pleases.
She will do as she pleases. That's just, I don't know, that's just how it is. Because remember the Bible said that the curse that was put on a woman, that you will
control
your husband, but he will rule over you, So if she gets someone who's weak, obviously she's going to rule over him.
Every opportunity she gets, she's gonna want to.
Yeah, that's why you get women who go to the extent of actually using love potions on their men, because they want to control. They have that need to control the man. That the man is under them.
Sure. I wonder what that spirit comes from.
No, it is that spirit that came with that curse. You will want to rule or to rule over your husband, right? But he will
rule over you. Want to control your husband.
You want to control, but he will rule over you. So it's that spirit that's there. That's just the curse that we were cursed with from the fall. It's there. It is there. So if you get that wimpy, yeah,
you just do as you
yeah,
please.
you just do as you please.
You just do as you please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those are very important lessons. I hope that we take it and run. We take them rather and run with them. I know with the friendship one, I really need to deduce, minus, subtract. Because
you should have a friend who builds you up. Someone who actually brings value to your life. Someone who actually gives you that urge to want to actually become more than what you are.
Yeah, someone who inspires you.
Not someone who's always, the minute you see
gossip.
Them, you're thinking it's either gossip or they're complaining non-stop.
I also don't want to be that friend who's always complaining.
You're always complaining. There's never a good thing that you actually say. It's always this happened. And you get people like that.
You do.
Even after they come to you, they are whining, they're complaining, and you give them advice on what to do. But the next time you see them, it's the same thing.
There's nothing new with them. It's like you almost can predict that.
Exactly.
Okay, this is how it's gonna start, and this is how it's gonna end. That's toxic. That is very.
So you should avoid toxic friends. Have someone who would actually help you develop in whatever you want to do. That's a friend.
That is a friend.
And also a friend is someone who will tell you the truth, whether it hurts. Exactly. Who will tell you that. My sister, today you are dressed nice. See? Even if I can see that there's something wrong with the way you dress, I should be able to tell you if I am a true friend.
Not gossip about
Not gossip behind your back.
No, laugh about it.
Someone will tell you, you look so beautiful, but when you turn around, they're laughing behind your back.
And it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Oh no. The area of friendship is something else. And the Bible often says a company of fools. Not a company of fools. A friend, is it a brother? As iron sharpen irons. I think that's what you're also saying, essentially, that get a friend who's going to sharpen you, someone who's going to inspire you, someone who's going to assist you in getting where
you want to be.
Someone who also has a revelation.
Someone who's got a goal, someone who's ambitious, someone, who's got direction, where they know where they're going, and they're not going to compromise in their principles.
Sure. Yeah, I think maybe our next episode should be on godly friendships.
Yeah, godly friendship.
Godly friendships. So I want to move on. We still, if you haven't watched the previous episode, please do watch it. Because it's a continuation. Basically.
This is part 2.
This is part 2 of religion versus religion. Religion does not equate to relationship.
To God, exactly.
So I have 2 questions for today. I think the past questions we've touched on them.
Okay.
So my first question for today is, what is godly compromise? What is godly compromise?
Honestly, there is no such thing as godly compromise. There is nothing like a godly compromise.
I think I know where this question came from. So I'm trying to trace. So the Bible talks about lay your life, right?
Yeah.
There's no better love than to lay your life for your brother. How does then laying your life look like in crazy circumstances? And crazy circumstances looks like your life is built on principles.
Yes.
It's built on values. And then someone comes into your life and you begin to question those principles. How do you compromise?
I hear you. But when we talk about compromise, it only happens on human to human basis. Okay. That's when we can actually say we compromise. Because obviously you can never agree most of the times on, you've got different opinions, you've got different values, you've got different, So there's that saying where we say, we will agree to disagree. You might believe in this, I might believe in that. So for us to actually get along, we have to find a compromise,
Common
common
ground.
ground as to, okay, since you don't want to actually what can I say, divert from your principles, and I also don't want to, but because of this thing that we have, this relationship that we have, let's find a common ground where we can meet, even though you don't have to compromise on your principles, I don't have to compromise, but we'll find common ground on where we can disagree to agree on something.
Okay.
So I'll say when it comes to compromise, it's more on a human level, not on a godly level.
Godly level.
It's not.
Okay.
We can never ever compromise on the principles of God at all. Whether it be morals, whether it be spiritual, we can never compromise on that.
So there's no such thing.
There
as
is
godly
no
compromise.
such thing as godly compromise. It only happens on a human level. That's the only time. It's just the same as when you're married. You've got your own opinion. He's got his own opinions, right? So because you are in a relationship and you're supposed to be building towards something, you won't agree on most of the things, right? But obviously you have to find common ground. Common ground and say, okay, fine, we don't agree, but let's find a solution that will help us get to where we're going. So it's more on a human level, not a godly level. When it comes to God, there is nothing that is compromised.
Yeah, there's nothing that should be compromised.
There is nothing, exactly. You can't negotiate when it comes to the things of God.
Okay, so I'm going to deviate because I now have another question. So you spoke about in a relationship, I think that beyond the marriage, not beyond marriage relationships, but in also other relationships, you can disagree to agree.
Also,
you can come with, should we be opinionated in marriage, in marriage specifically?
Yes, we should have an opinion. I mean, like, it's a two-way thing, right? Okay. I mean, like, they're two individuals, so obviously they're going to have different opinions, but we the fact that we came together despite all those opinions, all those flaws that we each have, so now we come together and we build something that is beyond our flaws, beyond your views, beyond some. You see, that's how exactly one. Two shall become one. Sure. So now you have to think as one. So when you now make decisions, it's not only about you. You have to also accommodate the other person's opinions. And then when you don't agree, you have to sit down and say, okay, fine, we don't both agree on this, but let's find a solution to what we want to do that will accommodate you and me, and it becomes a win-win situation.
That's difficult.
Yes, I know. No, it's not difficult actually, because the Gen Zs that we have now and the feminist movements that we have now, that's where all these problems are coming up. I have to stand firm on what I believe in. Yeah. So if you are both butting heads and you're in a relationship,
you're never going to build anything
solid. You're never going to build anything solid. Because if you're saying, no, I should stand firm on what I believe in, he's saying I should also stand firm on what I believe, then where are we going if we can't compromise?
If we cannot compromise. Where are we going if we can't compromise? I think when it comes to compromising, it's not easy to come up with a solution. I think especially in relationships and friendships, like, because we grew up on different advices, we have not, our backgrounds are so
different,
and now just having to
come together and
be like, okay, let's come come up with.
But you know what? I know most households have got their own rules and everything, but if you look at it, most of these rules are all the same. Most of them are the same. Respect your elders. Help those in need. You've got principles that are taught in each and every family that are all different. They're not different. They're the same, you know, but only taught in a different way.
They're the same, only taught
In a different way, exactly.
It's something else. I must say it is something else. I think that brings us to our the next question. I think we touched on it very much in detail in the previous episode about performance. We spoke about performance and we spoke about a healthy relationship with God. We also spoke about intimacy.
Okay.
Intimacy on a daily basis. Is it important to have fresh encounters with God every day? And this is the question, that is intimacy with God intentional? And can you be intimate with God on a daily basis?
Yeah, you can. You can. Like I said, we need to move away from rituals. We need to move away from actually religion. You know, because of rituals that we do, now it's become religion than the relationship or the fellowship with God. It's become a ritual that we do. You know, that, okay, we've seen that people do church very well these days, you know. We do it so well. Monday to Saturday, we don't even think about God. We don't even think about God. But we know Sunday,
you have
come
to
Sunday, I'm saying I'm going to, exactly. Now I'm getting that Bible, that dusty Bible of mine. I'm dusting off the dust that was this whole week that has been there, right? And I am carrying it to church. We are doing church so well. You know, we've kind of made it into to a ritual that, you know, we've actually removed God from it.
Sure. So
that we only meet God on a Sunday.
Church also has become so much about us than about
God. Exactly. It's become like our image, you know, that image that we want to people to see out there. That, you know, I go to church. I'm a Christian, as they say now. You know, Christian it's become so diluted. No, not diluted. You know, it's become so cheap to be called a Christian now, because anyone can say I'm a Christian just because they wake up on every Sunday and they go to church. But then we will ask you, what were you doing Friday night? What were you doing Saturday? The whole of Saturday or Saturday evening, not even all the early hours of Sunday. What were you doing? And then Sunday you are waking up and saying, I'm going to church.
You know, I was having a conversation. This brings me to a conversation that I was having. I was on my way to prayer, and this Uber guy, as soon as I walked into the Uber, he's like, yo, please also add me in prayer. And I was like, wait, I'm so tired of this. Like, when are you coming to church?
Exactly.
When
no, they always know. That's the thing. We want someone else to pray for us. You know,
there's some realms that I cannot enter.
Exactly. You need to have that relationship with God yourself.
You need to have it yourself.
You can't expect that. It's just the same as people who do church helping. You know, I've been in church for so long and the man of God hasn't given me a word, or the man of God hasn't done this for me. You know, no. Maybe he doesn't even have that word for you because God has seen that,
your heart is not in the right place.
It's not in the right place, or you are just there to just warm up the benches in church. You know, your heart is not, your heart posture is not there for me to actually tell you or give you a seed. Exactly.
Oh my word!
If your fields are not cultivated, how then do you expect the seed to actually grow in it? You know, he can give you a word, but if there's no cultivation in you, word, exactly, it would just be like a seed that falls on empty ground, exactly, and it doesn't grow.
It doesn't grow. You know, I'm sitting in that car and I'm like, no, come to church, and then goes the conversation of churchgoers. What's the point
of going to church?
Of going to church if the next day you are gossiping about, like, what's your Christianity about? Because a lot of churchgoers,
like I said, Christianity has become so cheap now. Because these are the kind of questions that you always meet someone. Every time I meet someone who talks about God, they're asking me that.
Sure.
You know, so how can you call yourself a Christian when I'm seeing, you know, a Christian come from church, they do this, they do that. No, but I tell them, you know what? I go to church not to pursue the men of God. I am going to church to pursue God Himself. You know, I am going to church. Not everyone who is in church is a believer. That's one thing that they have to know.
My word. Not everyone who goes to church also has the intentions of God in their heart.
Exactly. Most of them are just there to put up an act, to put up that self-righteousness. Exactly. You know, so I get a lot of people as well asking me, but why do you believe in it? Why do you believe in this? Because Christians are this, Christian that. And let me tell you, Christians, most people that call themselves Christians are the most hypocritical people that you can find out there. And they're most hard-hearted people. You know, because they've got that self-righteous in them. They think just because I say I am a Christian, then I am something above everyone else.
Sure.
But that you know, that boasting, that pride that you have, exalt yourself, exactly. You know, it shows you that they are not a true believer of God. That's why I remember the other guy asked me the other time. I'm like, no, but let me ask you, what did the Bible say you will see for you to tell that this person is a true believer? How would you see them? Didn't it say that you will see them by their fruits? And then he's like, oh yeah, it is. You have to see them, what they are, the way they behave. So that's why I'm saying, no, so don't call everyone that you see going to church a Christian.
Sure. But we are chasing people away from church.
Exactly.
Our behavior is making people question.
No, I think people also, they don't understand what Christianity is. Because we have made church to be a building that people go into.
A social club.
Exactly, a social club. You know, that's all we know. Church is the building and what we see coming out of there. But they forget that we go to church to pursue God.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about going to church genuinely to pursue God.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times, also going to a conversation that I once had with someone in an Uber. Hey,
the Uber drivers are something.
Hey, we love you and we appreciate you.
Exactly. Yo, I love the conversation I have with these Uber drivers most of the time.
Really, you know, he was talking about. Oh my word, it just lost my mind. But he was basically talking about what we are talking about right now, is that we go to church. Yes, he said that a lot of the times people come to church murderers. They are. So church for them is like to wipe off the guilt on my conscience. And then he was like, once a murderer, always a murderer. That's
Did you tell him that Moses was a murderer?
I did tell him that Moses was a murderer, but he's like, I want nothing to do with people at the church. They are absolutely hypocritical. They do not walk their talk. Like, you remember the other time we were going in an Uber and this man was saying that I'd rather be in a club. Drinking with people than to be in a church.
Yeah, because I see it in my wife and my daughters when they come from church.
Do we really? Because, you know, it's something I think I learned just today in today's sermon. The Bible says, seek it first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. Seek it first. Do we seek ourselves and think that we're seeking God? Because, you know, I've been up and down with this concept of self-actualization.
Yes. It's all about, you know, I think because society now promotes the self more. It exalts the self more. So that's why, I think also that's why the churches are filled with all these hypocritical people. We've got gossipers, we've got homers.